Welcome everyone to our presentation of a telecommunications revolution opportunity, Voiparty, where we get paid just for plugging in. This is part 2 of the Voiparty Home Business Opportunity Series. History and income. Take note, our profit centers begin with a long-distance landline call and end with a local landline telephone recipient. It is what happens in between where that call was initiated and where it is delivered to that really matters and makes a brief telecommunications history extremely relevant. 1984 was a pivotal year in the telecommunications industry. This is the year the first telecommunications acts were instituted to break up the AT&T monopoly. The AT&T monopoly began in 1899 with the purchase of the Bell assets. 1984 marked the creation of 7 regional Bell operating companies. There have been many sales and acquisitions over the years, and today you might know them as Bell South, Verizon, Sprint, Q West Communications, Cincinnati Bell, Pacific Bell, and of course, there is still AT&T. For our purposes here today, these regional Bell operating companies will be designated as retail long-distance delivery providers, or, for simplicity's sake, the retail companies. Each of these companies now owns a specified region, and after the breakup they began to immediately charge each other back and forth for the delivery of long-distance calls that originated from other regions. This new profit stream creates hundreds of billions of dollars annually for the delivery of long-distance calls. You can see in the picture that just after 1984, Paul, a Bell South customer in Florida, called Wes, an AT&T 586 area code customer in Michigan. Bell South charges Paul 12 cents per minute for that long-distance call. $120 million is not a bad revenue stream simply for charging customers 12 cents per minute on 1 billion combined usage minutes per month to all of its customers. Psst, you are getting clued in on the beginning of where and how your sales department collects pennies by the minute that add up to monthly dollars for you and I. Now back to the Bell South gross profits. They are being cut into by the other retail companies that are collectively charging 6 cents per minute for the use of their regional telephone systems to deliver those 1 billion minutes. Bell South's gross profits are cut in half to only $60 million. Now through all this, of course, a long-distance call doesn't necessarily take a direct route, but as customers, Paul and Wes don't really care how their call is connected as long as it is done quickly and with quality. Since 1984 to the present, there is between 90 and 100,000 wholesale long-distance providers that have begun to tap into the hundreds of billions of dollars that are generated annually in the business of delivering long-distance calls. As you can see, the least cost provider route looks different and includes wholesale delivery companies. There's a new term, least cost provider. There are so many wholesalers today that a third party created a least cost provider software that tells the retailers what route and what companies along that route will deliver any given long distance call at any given time for the least amount of money. For example, Paul, the Bell South customer in Florida, makes that same long-distance call to the 586 area code in Michigan to Wes, the AT&T customer. When Paul dials the 586 area code, he hears that beep 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 sound which tells the least cost provider software exactly where the call needs to be delivered to and what route it will take, determined by the retail and or wholesale companies that will deliver that long-distance call for the least amount of money. As you can see, the least cost provider software has determined that there is now a less expensive route, even though it includes 2 more wholesalers and 1 less retailer. This is possible because the addition of wholesalers to the marketplace has driven down the cost of delivering long-distance calls, simply due to the introduction of real competition, the wholesalers. The retail companies that originate long-distance calls, in our example that is Bell South, prefer to utilize wholesalers whenever possible to save cost of delivery. In this example, the least cost provider software has managed to locate cheaper routes over the period of a month that averaged 2 cents less per minute during that month, which is saving Bell South, in our example, a whopping $20 million, which brings Bell South's gross profits up to $80 million that month. This is where we come in. Voiparty is creating, right now during its Phase 2 of a 5-phase business plan, the first complete patent-pending peer-to-peer technology-driven business platform. We are currently an important part of developing this business platform by building the network that is needed. During Phase 1, Voiparty spent the first 4 years in research and development. They also secured relationships with over 1,500 master peering companies such as Arbanet across the United States and Canada. Master peer providers are necessary for all wholesalers to utilize if they expect to be competitive in the delivery of long-distance minutes. Other than that key relationship, Voiparty has nothing in common with the other wholesalers or the retailers. Voiparty is able to cut out the need for utilizing other wholesalers and the other retailers, and therefore eliminating the high cost of using their telephone systems. How it works is like this. The same Bell South customer in Florida, Paul, is calling Wes long distance at the 586 area code in Michigan. The call goes to the least cost provider software, which indicates that Voiparty will deliver that call for less than anyone else, and will do so by delivering the call directly to the 586 area code. It does this by taking the long-distance landline call from the landline and puts it into the Internet utilizing VoIP, or Voice over Internet Protocol. It reaches the 586 area code. It is then transferred back into an unlimited local calling landline and then sent directly to the local customer, Wes. How does it get transferred back into the landline system locally? Well, there are people like you and I, such as Scott or Ken or Rocco, who have become VIP members of Voiparty, and they are owners of a Voiparty connection device which they have properly hooked up in their homes. All they needed was the connection device, a high-speed internet connection with a modem. It can be a DSL hookup as long as it is high speed. And then they had to have an unlimited local calling landline to hook up to the connection device as well. Now, it must be unlimited local calling, because a connection device can deliver up to 9,000 minutes per month. And if, for example, you only have 5,000 minutes per month in local calling, you may receive a huge local calling bill at the end of that month. One of these 3 Voiparty connection device owners, Ken, Scott, or Rocco, may receive the call in their Voiparty connection device, which transforms the call from VoIP back to a landline that delivers or connects the call to Wes with speed and with quality. By the way, Scott, Ken, and Rocco are 3 Voiparty connection device owners. Only 35,000 people in Macomb County will be allowed to take part in the current Family and Friends Matrix. They are positioned to take full advantage of this incredible opportunity. That's correct. Membership is limited in every county in the United States, so the sooner you get plugged in, the better. You can see that Voiparty has reduced the monthly average fee down to 2 cents per minute for Bell South, who saves an additional $20 million that month, for an increased profit to $100 million. Who do you think the retailers want delivering their calls? Voiparty will be the first company that is able to deliver long-distance minutes anywhere and everywhere that it has a network presence. That network is us, you and I. This network coverage will be 90% of the United States and Canada. AT&T's ability to deliver long-distance calls is restricted to its coverage of only 20% of the United States and Canada. AT&T is the largest retail company in North America. Finally, Voiparty is and will continue to grow internationally as well, and does not require that you requalify to network with others internationally. To view a copy of the official Voiparty Matrix, please continue to Part 3 of the Voiparty Home Business Opportunity Series.